University Radio Facebook page or on Twitter at KU Radio. From the KUR Studio Newsroom, I'm Mike Regensberger.
Any views or opinions expressed on KUR are not necessarily those of Kutztown University, Kutztown University Student Government, Kutztown University Student Services Incorporated, KUR staff and management, or other affiliated organizations.
Kutztown Live. Kutztown University Campus's Campus and Community Interest Radio Magazine. You can call Kutztown Live at 610-683-4859. And now, your host for Kutztown Live, Juliana Jablonski.
Good afternoon. I am your host, Juliana, and this is Kutztown Live. Last week, we spoke to two guests, Dr. Christine Saidi, who was awarded a $200,000 National Endowment for the Humanities Collaborative Research Grant, and our second guest was Dr. Warren Hilton, the Kutztown University Vice President of Enrollment and Student Affairs. If you missed last week's show, feel free to head over to the KUR website at www.kutztown.edu/KUR and click on the podcast link at the bottom of the page. Today, we have quite a few guests coming into the studio. First off, we have a returning guest, Lori D'Onofrio Galli of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, and she brought along with her a special guest, Debbie Berger, who is the owner of Hashdal Custom Embroidery, Silk Screening, and Promotional Items. And then later on in the show, we will be speaking to Valerie Rideout from CASA, the Center for Academic Success and Achievement, and along with her is Dr. Andrea Kirschman, the Associate Provost for Retention and Student Success. So, good afternoon and welcome back, Lori and Debbie.
Hello, Juliana. This is Lori. Thank you for having us back.
Yes, we are very excited to have you back in today.
We have a few announcements to make. Our chamber is very active in planning and scheduling programs and events, and I'd like to invite your listeners to participate in some that are upcoming in October. The first one I'd like to mention is a special luncheon on October 19th. That is a Wednesday, and we will be hosting Robin Gray from the Law Office of Robin Gray. And the topic for that luncheon is the new federal overtime rule and how it affects you. Particularly, it will affect many of our nonprofit members. You can register for all of the programs I'll mention at our website at www.northeastberkschamber.com. The second program will be held on the 21st, just a few days later, and that will be our monthly breakfast program for members and their guests, and that topic will be franchise ownership basics with Kimberly Graham of the franchise business FranNet. And lastly, on the 23rd, I mentioned this 2 weeks ago, we will have a special fundraiser in historic Bethlehem at the Captured LV Escape Room, 559 Main Street, in the Main Street Commons. So as I mentioned a few weeks ago, I'm sure that many of the students here at Kutztown University would be interested in joining some of their friends with an opportunity to escape a themed room like Crazy Science Lab or the Pirate-themed room in 60 minutes. So all of that information and more can be found at our website.
All right, that is super exciting. And so today we have another guest in the studio with us. That is Debbie Berger. Would you like to say hello?
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing this afternoon?
Fine. It's beautiful outside.
So would you like to tell us a little bit about who you are and what exactly you do?
I'm here with two hats today. I am here as chairperson for our Shining Star event, which is September 29th, which is this coming Thursday, and it highlights all our members and their achievements. There's 5 different categories that we look at for our chamber members and to win trophies and awards. It's at the Berkeley Golf Club, and I don't know if registration is closed or not.
I think we may only have literally a few seats left, Debbie.
Okay. So if anybody's interested in meeting a whole bunch of business people, come on out. Or contact the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce at northeastberkschamber.com.
All right, sounds good. And you also do a custom embroidery and silk screening and promotional items thing. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Correct. My business, I started out doing embroidery. I added on the silk screening and promotional items when I started expanding my business to work with more organizations and small to mid-sized businesses. I have found that they wanted to not just wear embroidered polo shirts, but they wanted to have silkscreen t-shirts or sweatshirts, and also pens and things to give out to their family, their clients, their guests. So I expanded my business, and it has worked out very well.
Okay, that's so neat. All right, is there anything else you want to share that's going on, or with the two of you, or
Can I add one more thing, please?
Go for it.
I am an approved KU vendor, so if anybody on campus is looking for something like that, please contact me. You can contact the PR office and get my information.
All right, sounds good.
Juliana, I'd like to add something. Debbie Berger is one of the strongest advocates for our chamber. She's a member of our board of directors. She's already told you that she's the chair of the Shining Star Committee, I believe, for a third consecutive year. She also chairs our development and fundraising committee. So we're very pleased to introduce her to the listening audience. And that'll be one of our objectives in the weeks to come, to introduce your listeners to the many small businesses in and around Kutztown who are members of our chamber, Northeast Berks Chamber, here in downtown Kutztown.
All right, that's so exciting. All right, well, thank you both for stopping in today. Is there any final words you want to say for this afternoon?
I think that concludes it, Juliana. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We'll see you here in 2 weeks.
All right.
Have a nice afternoon.
Bye.
You too.
It's Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us.
The world is your oyster. Who said it? Shakespeare, actually. He was right, though. The world is full of fascinating stuff if you take some time and look around. For example, if you've ever been to the beach, you'll know about tides. How there's high tide and low tide, and that the rising and subsequent receding of the water means you'll have to move your towel if you don't want to be submerged up to your chin at certain times of the day. Ever caught yourself grumbling about doing just that? Asking why or spurning the universe for disturbing your tanning session in the sun? Well, let me give you targets for your anger. The moon and gravity. Don't be too harsh on them, though. The moon, because of its distance from the sun and us, has a gravitational pull on the earth whether it wants to or not. This pull causes these things called bulges, which affect both the water in the oceans and the crust of the earth. The bulges move us humans as well, but since they affect such a large area, about half of the earth, we can't tell individually. Anyway, the water on the planet closest to the moon is pulled towards the moon by gravity, and the earth itself is pulled away from the water on the opposite side, causing high tide on the sides closest and furthest from the moon, and low tide on the sides perpendicular to the moon. Why doesn't the water on the other side of the earth move with the crust? Good question. It's because the water that isn't moving is in the furthest position from the moon's gravity, so the strength of the pull is weaker, leaving the water where it is but pulling the earth. Since the earth moves all the time and the moon moves with us, the tides change as our position relative to the moon and the sun change. High tide and low tide happen twice a day every 12-ish hours. Now, next time you're at the beach, you'll know why you have to relocate. There are some pretty pearls out there, guys. You've just got to take some time and crack open a few oysters.
Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us. Stay tuned to KUR for more Telescopic Topics. Telescopic Topics is a production of the KU Physical Sciences Department and is recorded by KU astronomy students in the studios of KUR. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Have you ever needed help finding reliable sources for a paper? The librarians at the Rohrbach Library want you to know that we can help. Librarians can help you with any research-related projects, papers, and more. The best way to contact a librarian is by asking the information desk for help. If you need assistance off campus, you can always call the reference line at 610-683-4165, or even text a quick question to 610-915-8812. Reference help is available Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Fridays, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Sundays, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. For more information, visit our website at library.kutztown.edu/reference.
All right, welcome back to Kutztown Live. I am Juliana, and right before that short break there, we had Lori D'Onofrio-Galli of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce in here with us, and her special guest, Debbie Berger, this week. And up next, we will be speaking with Valerie Rideout from CASA, and along with her today is Dr. Andrea Kirschman, the Associate Provost for Retention and Student Success. Good afternoon, you two, and welcome.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having us.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. I'm excited to have you both here today. So, would you like to explain to us what exactly CASA is to start off?
Well, CASA stands for the Center for Academic Success and Achievement, and we've been around for about 3 years now, working with students, all kinds of students, to help them be successful and meet their educational goals here at KU.
And who exactly works in the office, and who do you see when you go in there, and who's a part of all that?
Well, the staff that actually meets with the students are coordinators for student success, which is my position. We also have special interest graduate students that do a variety of workshops, as well as a frontline person that sees and greets and works with all the students as they come in to meet with the coordinator.
I would say we're pretty much all experts on Kutztown University, having come from areas such as orientation, housing, and academic enrichment and admissions.
So, Julian, I believe also you asked, how do students come to CASA?
Or, yeah, how do students get involved into that?
Well, that's an excellent question. We have students that are referred by faculty. Students can self-refer themselves to CASA, or anyone can go on our website and fill out a referral form. We meet with all students for a variety of different reasons, and as a coordinator for student success, we're able to personalize whatever academic support those students need by working with them on student success strategies and connecting them to important resources here on campus that make them successful in their classes.
And Juliana, I can sense a question. I know you're wondering, what's the number one thing that students come to CASA for? Mm-hmm. And we know the answer to that question because we asked them, and the students tell us that the number one thing they see us in regard to is time management.
Exactly, yes. And that's one of the biggest skill that I learned with CASA. I tell all my friends, I know on your website you have the weekly planners with every hour.
Yes.
I print out, I give them to all my friends. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
You're a great commercial for CASA.
And you know, we're so proud because we collaborate with student government. We did a campaign last year with student government, and it was the Go to Class campaign. And this year we will be collaborating again, and that topic is going to be time management.
I think that's definitely a very valuable skill for every person, every student.
And it's great for students to hear from other students. So we appreciate the fact that you found it valuable and you're connecting our resources to other students.
Oh yeah, even my friend at another school, I was like, look at this planner I have. How nice is this?
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. So when a student would come to you, what kind of stuff do you do?
Well, one of the first things that happens is, again, it's personalized, which we're very happy about. They complete a self-assessment form, which asks questions. What areas would you like to improve? Critical thinking, time management, test-taking skills, textbook reading, note-taking. So based on their response, a coordinator for student success will use resources and tools to help them develop those skills.
Sweet. And are there any upcoming events in the future to help with student success?
Absolutely. we have a workshop that's coming up on Tuesday, October 4th, ACE online and lecture courses. So students that are unfamiliar, uncomfortable with online courses, these are run by student leaders as well as our graduate students that are strong in the expertise. And this is a workshop. It's actually going to be held in the MSU.
It's held in the Tuesday workshops will be held at 11 o'clock in the Academic Forum.
Academic Forum.
103.
Yes.
And we also do Sunday workshops from 4 to 4:50 in the Rohrbach Library, room 100C. So we offer these things. A lot of times we'll do it twice, so students will have the opportunity to take advantage.
All right. And where can students go to find out all this information and when things are?
Well, they can look around campus for a variety of posters, but of course they can come to the lower level of the Rohrbach Library to the CASA office, which is room 26. Also, the online message boards run our workshops.
And we have an outstanding website. Definitely check us out at kutztown.edu/CASA. And definitely watch for our weekly success tips. Students, they're on your bare essentials every single week. And that also links back to resources that you can use.
All right. Are there any just top student success tips you have that you'd want students just overall to know?
Go to class. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science. Go to class each and every time. Don't miss class.
And one of the things that I always share with students is we meet with all students, some students that are struggling, but we meet with students that are on point, that are doing well, but they want to continue to do well. Mm-hmm. So that's why they come and set up an appointment with the coordinator for student success in CASA.
Definitely, and I think that's really cool that we have this here. So is there anything else either of you would like to add into with CASA or any final words?
Email us anytime. You can email us at casa@kutztown.edu. Also, there's a place on our website that you can drop questions and get a quick response if you're just struggling with something and you don't necessarily want to come in. We're really here for you, whether you reach out electronically or in person. CASA exists for students.
Exactly. So any students listening, make sure you reach out and do the reach out to CASA. They are there to help you. Well, thank you two so very much for stopping in today. I'm very glad you were able to make it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. We are going to head to a break now, so stay tuned.
Remember to steer clear of emergency vehicles while driving state roads and highways. I'm State Senator Judy Schwank with a Pennsylvania Moment. The Steer Clear law requires drivers to move over or slow down when they encounter an emergency scene, traffic stop, or disabled vehicle. When you steer clear, you keep our police, construction workers, and tow truck drivers safe. I'm State Senator Judy Schwank with a Pennsylvania Moment.
This traffic note to pass along to our listeners as you try to navigate your little deuce coupe through the streets of Kutztown. The East Main Street Improvement Project began on July 11th, and from July 18th through October, Main Street is closed between Railroad Street and Elm Street. The borough realizes that parking will be an issue during this time, and they ask your cooperation in finding legal alternatives to parking on Main Street. Please visit the borough website and HomeNet Facebook page for future updates.
It's Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us.
Have you ever wondered what a storm several times more powerful than any storm on Earth would look like? My name's Courtney Gibbett. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is that storm, and it is the largest in the solar system that has been brewing for roughly 400 years. It has been recorded as being 40,000 kilometers in diameter, and although it has shrunk to about half that size, it can still engulf 3 Earths. The storm was discovered in the 1600s and has been continuously observed since the 1870s. The Voyager and Galileo spacecrafts, along with the Hubble Space Telescope, have provided the most detailed observations of the storm, including its oval shape, its changing reddish color, and its swirling properties. The Great Red Spot is a high-pressure system that rotates counterclockwise in about 6 or 7 days, with winds of 400 kilometers per hour along the perimeter of the storm. One theory for its red color is that the storm dredges up material from deep inside Jupiter. As it is not anchored to a solid surface, the storm extends above the main layer of clouds on Jupiter. The storm does not move up or down but sideways, and has traveled around the planet several times. The Great Red Spot storms might be compared to a hurricane because these storms appear when areas of rising air collide with areas of falling air. The thing is, though, that the magnitude of these storms is unlike anything that the Earth has ever experienced. Since 1998, smaller storms on Jupiter have collided and merged together to form massive storms, but these are still nothing compared to Jupiter's Great Red Spot. Scientists do not know how long the storm will last or how it will look in 100 years, but this magnificent storm will continue to be monitored closely as it is still the largest and most intense storm to ever be discovered in the solar system.
Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us. Stay tuned to KUR for more telescopic topics, and for more information, or to hear this segment again, click on the Telescopic Topics icon on the KUR website at www.kutztown.edu/KUR. Telescopic Topics is a production of the KU Physical Sciences Department and is recorded by KU astronomy students in the studios of KUR. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
For the last 150 years, students who chose Kutztown University chose to have it all. With 100 areas of study, 200 student organizations, and 21 NCAA Division II sports, KU has something for every activity and interest. Start your college search and be inspired at Kutztown University. Attention prospective students. In honor of KU's 150th birthday and the 3 counties in the university originally served, all students from Schuylkill, Berks, and Lehigh counties will have their application fee waived now through October 17th. Apply to Kutztown University today, and don't miss our fall open houses October 14th, 28th, and November 11th, or schedule a tour at your convenience with your family. To register, go to kutztown.edu/visit today. That's kutztown.edu/visit.
Remember to steer clear of emergency vehicles while driving state roads and highways. I'm State Senator Judy Schwank with a Pennsylvania Moment. The Steer Clear law requires drivers to move over or slow down when they encounter an emergency scene, traffic stop, or disabled vehicle. When you steer clear, you keep our police, construction workers, and tow truck drivers safe. I'm State Senator Judy Schwank with a Pennsylvania Moment.